Right now, assessing the damage the communities hit hardest by tornadoes and what's next in the recovery.
Plus, developments in the search for a missing Dodgeville woman, where police found her car and who was inside.
Plus, a local food bank seeing an increased demand right now for service. We'll explain how you can help out and step up to impact your community. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning here on a Thursday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. We're going to look at all of the things. Those storms really came in heavy for us yesterday. So the National Weather Service confirms 5 tornado touchdowns, 2 in Dodge County in the communities of Fox Lake and Hustonford, 1 in Lemon Weir in Juneau County, 1 in Sauk City, and another in Dodgeville.
And take a look at some of the video. This video that was sent in by viewers yesterday, so helpful in telling the story of what happened to these communities. This a very common scene yesterday across South Central Wisconsin, and today crews are going to be cleaning up from some of that damage after a tornado touchdown in Sauk City. The National Weather Service says that it will send a survey crew out this morning from Milwaukee to assess the damage and then rate the tornadoes. They're going to be looking at damage like this. Locals are now missing roofs and their trees are down, but they are grateful that the damage wasn't any worse.
But amazingly, we have electricity and the water works. The internet even works. With all of this, can you believe it? God saved us. We're alive.
Some neighbors have also opened up their homes for others to stay.
Well, let's check in with meteorologist Savannah Brito, who was, tracking these storms long before they even began. So, Savannah, what can you show us?
Well, this is a loop, guys, over the last 18 hours, and a lot of the damage that we had was reported across Iowa, Dodge, Dane, and Sauk counties. We had several tornado warnings, and even some of those that did develop a hook echo on radar. So, again, that's a loop over the last 18 hours. These are all the tornado warnings. This was put together by meteorologist Blaze Keller Wednesday as of 4 p.m. There were some additional tornado warnings, but those were almost outside of our immediate DMA and in Milwaukee and Green Bay's coverage area. But across our Madison's DMA, these were all the warnings. Those are the red boxes that we had. There was a tornado watch in place and several severe thunderstorms as well. 10 miles is what we're down to in Madison. Mineral Point, 2.5 miles. Same with Viroqua. So we are waking up to a little bit of light patchy fog this morning. Cooler temperatures. Madison now joining areas north. 59 degrees. Monroe, Janesville, and Platteville all still into the 60s. We'll see cooler air to start tomorrow morning off. We'll have that and recap yesterday's storms more extensively coming up.
Savannah, thank you. And a lot of you track those storms yourself with the First Warn Weather app. You can download that app in your app store.
Well, continuing coverage now of a missing Dodgeville woman. Authorities in Lincoln, Nebraska are working to confirm if a body found in the back seat of a car that had crashed is Dorinda Segebrecht. The 67-year-old disappeared from her home on Monday, and this morning a Dodgeville man is in custody.
Law enforcement says while the woman has not been identified, she does match Segebrecht's description.
Investigative teams are not just responding to a crime. We're responding to a moment that has shaken the soul of our county. This was a random act of violence.
For more details here, State Patrol spotted her car in Nebraska after she went missing from her home. Law enforcement say when they tried to make a traffic stop, the driver and man in custody, 23-year-old Gavin Thompson, took off. They say he led troopers on a high-speed chase and crashed into a creek. When troopers searched the vehicle, that's when they found the woman dead in the back seat. Investigators believe the woman died before the crash. And Iowa County Sheriff's Office has sent several deputies to Nebraska to support this investigation.
Now to some new video from the response to a bear attack up north that injured a 69-year-old woman. The bear is still on the loose. It mauled the woman Saturday in Barron County while she was outside with her dogs. This is body camera footage from the Cumberland Police Department moments after the attack. Listen.
He turned like right when I hit that tree, I'm pretty sure, but the second shot, I think I got him. That's a big bear.
The DNR says if the bear is caught, it will be euthanized.
This morning, there is a growing number of Republicans that are criticizing how the Trump administration is handling documents related to convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. The president, meanwhile, is calling the controversy a hoax, and Republicans pressing the issue weaklings. Before the election, President Trump suggested he would consider releasing the Epstein files in a rumored client list, which last week the DOJ said doesn't exist. Last night on CBS News, former Vice President Mike Pence said the administration should just get the facts to the American people. The DOJ, meanwhile, has fired one of the lead prosecutors in the case. Maureen Comey, daughter of ex-FBI Director James Comey, helped in cases against Epstein, his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, and most recently, Sean Diddy Combs.
New overnight, the Senate passing a bill to cut billions in foreign aid and public broadcasting. The bill, passed just hours ago, now moves to the House, where lawmakers must meet a deadline of tomorrow. The cuts target about $8 billion for foreign aid programs, including USAID. The package also slashes roughly $1 billion from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which funds NPR, PBS, and other public radio and TV stations. 6:05, right now tariffs are putting a strain on local food pantries.
Amid increasing grocery prices and inconsistent trade agreements, our consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn shows us how you can help one local food pantry continue providing. Michelle Renee, good morning.
Good morning. Badger Prairie Needs Network, or BPNN Food Pantry, provides fresh produce, dairy, and shelf-stable items to Dane County families struggling to afford groceries. Now, that demand is increasing. Take a look at this wall. These are just some of the 1,400 volunteers at BPNN. This 100% volunteer-run program sees an increase in need during the summer months as children lose school meal access. Plus, the recent federal and local food assistance funding cuts, including the loss of a program that supports local farmers, creates added challenges for the pantry. And the tariffs teetering make it even more difficult.
That gives us a double whammy. One is that the people buying groceries maybe can't afford to buy groceries anymore, and so that increase pushes them to come to the pantry. So we get an increase in people. But then the other thing is the groceries that we're buying have those tariffs on them.
While the program continues to serve over 700 families in the Dane County area, it could always use more help. So here are 3 things you can do to support BPNN in its mission to fight poverty and end hunger. 1, become a volunteer. You can do that by attending an orientation on Thursdays or bi-weekly Saturdays. 2, plan to give produce. BPNN accepts donations from individuals and organizations, especially fresh produce from home gardens. Dedicating an extra row in your garden to bring to the food pantry can make a big difference. And 3, cash donations. They're always welcome. You can donate at bpnn.org or at the pantry itself. The pantry uses those funds to provide specific needs and buy in wholesale. Now, in order to utilize the pantry, you only need to show proof of Dane County residence and an ID for each member of your household. And that way you can receive up to 2 weeks of groceries, and you can also visit the pantry twice a month. Stick around for the next half hour. I'll be going into detail about all the unique groceries BPNN has to offer.
What an amazing program to have right here in our community, helping families in need.
Absolutely.
Always amazed at how far organizations like this can stretch a dollar, especially food pantries.
Yes.
You know, that monetary donation goes a real long way. Michelle Renee, thanks for sharing how everyone can help out this morning. I want to get to some more local news this morning. This weekend, if you're going to the Coldplay concert or just driving around downtown, there are some road closures to be aware of. Monroe Street is going to be closed between Regent and Randall starting at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. It will reopen around 3 a.m. Sunday. Regent Street will be closed between Spooner and Randall Avenue for approximately an hour right after the concert from around 11 p.m. to midnight. Temporary on-street parking restrictions are going to be just like UW home football games. You can find a full list of the closures right now at channel3000.com.
Other events going on this weekend will also prompt some closures beginning in just about an hour and a half at 7:30. State Street and the adjacent block of North Henry Street will close until Sunday at 6 p.m. That's for Maxwell Street days. Some buses will also be detoured. And on Madison's west side, a couple of roads will close for Opera in the Park. South Rosa Road and South Hill Drive along Garner Park will be closed this Saturday between 5 p.m. and 11:30.
Concerts on the Square is going on today now after the weather canceled last night's performance.
The concert will take place at the same time as usual, of course, 7 p.m. This week's concert theme is Mozart and Mahler. This week's performances are featuring harpist Johanna Weinholtz and WCO principal flutist Brandon Lepage. Just like on regular concert days, you can begin setting out those blankets or low-lying chairs on King Street corner on the line at 3 p.m.
There we go. And with Maxwell Street Days going on, I think that starts this evening, doesn't it? You'll have a little something extra to do if you're going down to concert. Maybe go a little early or stay a little late and support those local businesses down there.
Yes, but it's feeling real comfy for those who are getting out and about Savannah.
Yeah, we're tracking lower dew points and lower temperatures out there this morning. We are waking up with a little bit of fog, but it's a lot more comfortable than the last several starts of the previous mornings. We're at 10 miles in Madison, but Mineral Point and Viroqua, both of those areas are down to just 2.5 miles. Not expecting that fog to last that long. 59 in Madison, 60 in McFarland, 61 in Middleton, and 60 in Sauk City. There's plenty of 50s out there, especially north of Madison and in northern Dane County, but we're still a little bit warmer. Areas like Janesville, Monroe, 64, Platteville's at 63, but everyone's going to be waking up to the 50s tomorrow. It'll be very comfortable for anyone heading out this evening. 2 concerts on the square that got moved to today because of the severe weather that was anticipated yesterday, and those alert day conditions definitely did pan out. We'll recap the severe weather, talk about what a hook echo is, and when more storm chances could return to southern Wisconsin.
Savannah, thank you. Coming up in health news, how scanning body parts is helping doctors prevent common health conditions.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:14. Time to see what's going on in the 608. It is County Fair season, and we got the Dane County Fair going on right now, but also the Greene County Fair with a whole weekend of family fun planned.
That's right. Our Josh Spider is live in Monroe with what's happening in the 608. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Day 2 of the Greene County Fair. We're live on the fairgrounds this morning, and today's Educator Day, so educators can get in for free. We're talking about some of the fun that the family can check out this weekend. Brian Beck is joining us this morning. Brian, good morning to you.
Morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. The big week for you guys here at the Greene County Fair. Where exactly are we standing this morning? What kind of stuff's in this room?
We're in an exhibition hall. Basically, an exhibition hall. It's all the projects for Clover Buds. There's open class in here and 4-H projects. There's photography, there's crops, there's woodworking, there's shooting sports, targets, vegetables, garden vegetables, I already said photography, clothing. That's about it. There's flowers, stuff that gets qualified to go to State Fair and stuff like that.
Lots of different things. Of course, you guys are known for cheese too.
Yep, the cheese, and this is all cheese that are made by the cheese makers. They actually judge this before the fair. It's put on basically by the foreign type cheesemakers. Then they have an auction, and all the top placing cheese is sold on Sunday in the entertainment tent at what's called the cheese auction. They auction it off, and that money goes to scholarship for the dairy kids and stuff like that. So they'll auction it all off by 5-pound blocks, and you pay by the pound or something like that.
Wow, that's super cool.
It gets really expensive.
So what's all happening today here at the Greene County Fair?
Today there's the dairy show, the registered and the grade dairy show. There's a rabbit show. There's a poultry show for the chickens, turkeys, and all that. All show today. Tonight there's 4-wheeler and UTV races, ATV races on the track in the infield. There's high horses bands playing in the entertainment tent tonight. Then of course there's the carnival going on. It starts at 11 and goes to 11 tonight.
Something a little bit for everyone then.
Yep. Yeah, if you can't find something to do, you're not looking hard.
Yeah, you are. So if people are interested in coming out, what's the best way for them to do so, get their tickets?
There's gates to get in, and they can pay right at the gate. And basically everything we started last year with going to electronic, so you can pay with a debit card at the gate or whatever too. It's not just cash anymore. So there's 4 entry gates that they can come in. There's parking that they can pay part of the day to park on the grounds. Otherwise they can park on the streets. Basically, the one catch to the whole caveat thing is there's a walk-in gate that Google Maps takes you to. That's just a walk-in gate. There's no parking available at that gate, but they can go around the blocks and being that we are in town, there's gates that they can pull in and stuff like that. So
awesome.
With their paid admission, everything in the grandstand, everything else is covered underneath your admission to get in.
Well, there you go.
And
well, thanks for having us out this morning.
Sure.
Of course, we're just getting started here on a Thursday morning. We're going to see more of the Greene County Fair coming up in our next half hour, and we're going to go see if we can find some farm animals, because you better believe I got to see something out here when we're in Monroe this morning, guys.
We love to see it. Josh Breider in Greene County. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's get to Savannah. She's got some video from yesterday's tornadoes. What are you showing us here?
Yeah, this is one of our viewers sending in a photo and even a video. Gerald sent this in near Sauk City. He got the tornado forming very close to it. Thank you to all our viewers for sending in those photos and videos. This really helps tell the story, and usually people heed warnings a little bit more when you actually see footage of tornadoes touching down. This was another one. Scott Campbell sent this in near Roxbury. We had 5 tornadoes that did touch down, 1 in Dane, 1 in Iowa, 1 in Juneau, and 2 yesterday in Dodge County. Those were all confirmed by the National Weather Service. We use the term hook echo a lot, but what does that mean? So you get a tornado signature on radar. We're using radar reflectivity patterns to kind of see where the tornado may be. You get a supercell. A supercell is a rotating thunderstorm. Sometimes those can produce mesocyclones. That's the rotating updraft that we see. And then you can get tornadoes. They're usually in the right rear part of a storm. The right rear part of a storm, when you're looking at a supercell, all of this is the heavy rain. This would be where the tornado would be. And we had several tornadoes reported, numerous warnings that we had yesterday all across southern Wisconsin. Luckily, it's going to be quiet today. The National Weather Service office can send 2 crews out. The Milwaukee office did say they're sending 2 crews out to survey that damage today. 59 in Madison, a lot of 50s up north of here, the Dells, Watoma, Camp Douglas, just to name a few. And then we've still got the mid-60s in Monroe and Janesville. Everyone will wake up to the 50s tomorrow morning, a chillier start. We're going to see near-surface smoke come back into play. Not enough right now to have a role on the overall impact of our air quality, but that could be a different story by later this afternoon. Concerts on the square got moved to today from yesterday because of the severe weather that was anticipated and did unfortunately pan out. We're going to make it into the lower 70s. That'll be how we start the concert, or when people are setting up. The concert start time temperature is expected to be down to the upper 60s, and then by 9 p.m. probably the mid-60s. So it kind of will be a cool night, and we're dropping even to 54. That's the low. So you might want to jacket, grab that before heading out this evening, tonight, or early tomorrow morning. Then we're back into the upper 70s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your next storm chance will be Saturday. Right now, nothing looks to be severe. Any chances of severe weather are confined south of here across northern Illinois.
Savannah, thank you so much. Now to health news this morning. Scientists overseas are busy scanning for the future. It's with the world's largest human imaging project. 100,000 people have allowed researchers to scan their brains, hearts, and other organs to add to the UK Biobank. The data is being shared globally at low cost. It's helping doctors find new ways of preventing common health conditions, from heart disease to cancer. Still ahead, hungry? We'll have all the details on Restaurant Week when we come back. Welcome back. It's that time of year again. The summer edition of Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week kicks off this Sunday. Madison Magazine editor Andy Bailing here to talk with us about this year's Restaurant Week. All right, what do we need to know? How many restaurants? How does it work this year?
Yeah, totally. It's the dates. It's July 20th through the 25th, so it's a limited time only. Yeah. We have 46 participating restaurants, and they have these prefix menus that have a couple of course options for all 3 courses. So it's a great time to go out and support our local restaurant scene. Yes, and there are a few newcomers this year. There is, actually. I'm going to 3 of them this
Lucky
time around.
You.
Yeah, Orchard here on the west side, and then we've got Sultan is a new one. They're the no tipping model place on downtown, and Mishki Peruvian Bistro is a new one. Lots of new names. Lots of names that we know and love too. Heritage Tavern, Cadre. Osteria Papavero. It's 46 names. It's kind of hard to choose.
Yes.
What I love about this is that you can make it intentional, right? If there are all these places that you've been meaning to check out, some of the new ones or some of the old ones, or revisiting some of your favorites, it gives you a reason to get out there and support your local restaurants.
It does. Right? It totally does. Yep. And it's a fun way to kind of explore menus too. This is a time of for our chefs to kind of showcase their best work, and it's for people that a lot of people come out for Restaurant Week that don't go out to eat very often, so you get to know a menu that way. And it's sweet corn season, so there's a sweet corn chowder on Heritage Tavern's menu. There's a brandy old-fashioned creme brulee on Cadres. I'm really excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, there is a guide in this edition.
There is. Yep. Pick up the latest edition, and you can see all the restaurants that are.
And affordable too.
Yes.
That's
Lots of great
that
deals.
About this.
Start at $30,
That's
and
not
then
bad. It's
lunch is $20.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. All right, Andy, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Restaurant Week coming up. Don't miss it.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Yep. All right. We're going to get a check on that forecast, see how things are changing after yesterday's storms when News 3 Now This Morning returns. This morning, several communities in the viewing area waking up to storm damage. We'll have the areas that were hardest hit by Wednesday's tornadoes.
And new overnight, the Senate passes a bill to slash billions in funding the agencies that stand to lose the most.
Well, thanks for joining us on a busy Thursday morning, everyone. To News 3 Now This Morning, I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us.
We're going to get right away back to our continuing coverage of the storm damage this morning as the cleanup continues. And the National Weather Service is headed out soon to those hardest hit communities to survey the impacts.
Check out this video here from Algie, sent in by a viewer, showing what appears to be a tornado touching down near Dodgeville here.
Now, the National Weather Service does confirm 5 tornadoes touched down yesterday, 2 in Dodge County in the communities of Fox Lake and Hustisford, 1 in Lemonweir in Juneau County, and 1 in Sauk City, another in Dodgeville.
And let's take a look at some of that damage in Dodgeville. One family faced major damage right in their front yard. Roger Irvin says the storms hit them directly, knocking down at least 27 trees. Irvin says his family planted every tree on the property, and he's heartbroken to see them gone.
Depressing. It was a lot of work going in to try to save these trees and to see them down. And I know that's part of that's nature, but it was sad. We have some really strong trees, a good diversity of trees.
For more storm damage coverage, you can visit our website, channel3000.com.
All right, those were some strong storms that pushed through yesterday, Savannah. It's surprising, with how strong these cells were, that there wasn't more significant damage. I mean, to structures or anything like that. I mean, what else can you tell us about these storms?
Yeah, the National Weather Service is sending 2 crews out to survey that damage, and then we'll get those ratings. But yeah, we even had a couple of warnings that had a PDS warning go out. What that means is a particularly dangerous situation. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington and meteorologist Blaze Keller were in tracking all of these warnings that we had. There was a lot of rotation that we saw on radar. We had some wind damage too, but the brunt of what happened across southern Wisconsin was the tornado reports that we had just north of the city of Dodgeville, just due north of Prairie du Sac. We had 1 east and north of Beaver Dam, and then 1 just to the northwest of Wisconsin Dells, west of New Chester. So yeah, there were 5 tornado reports. That strong cold front really dropping our temperatures though this morning. We're down to 59 in Madison, 54 in Black River Falls, still a couple of 60s. That's all south of Madison. Janesville is sitting at 64. But more so what Black River Falls is at right now, that's what most of us are going to wake up to tomorrow morning. Concerts on the square got moved to today because of the severe weather that was anticipated and did happen yesterday. Returning partly sunny, a lot cooler. Probably want to bring a jacket because temperatures by the time that concert ends down into the mid-60s. We'll talk about what a hook echo is and when more storm chances are going to return coming up.
All right, thanks, Savannah. A lot of you tracked those storms yourself yesterday with the First Warn Weather app. You can download it wherever you get your apps. New overnight, the Senate passing a bill to cut billions in foreign aid and public broadcasting.
The bill passed just hours ago and now moves to the House, where lawmakers must meet a deadline tomorrow. The cuts target about $8 billion for foreign aid programs, including USAID. The package also slashes roughly $1 billion from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which funds NPR, PBS, and other public radio and TV stations.
In other news out of Washington, President Trump now saying that he did discuss firing Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell with Republican lawmakers, though he is not planning to dismiss him, he now says. The president has been rather critical of Powell for weeks for not lowering interest rates and for the $2.5 billion in renovations underway at the Federal Reserve. Federal law states that the Fed chair can only be removed for cause.
Back here at home, we're continuing to follow developments in the case of missing Dodgeville woman Dorinda Segebrecht. Authorities in Lincoln, Nebraska are working to confirm whether she is the woman found dead in the backseat of a car after a chase ended in a crash.
The State Patrol spotted her car in Nebraska after she went missing from her home on Monday. The suspect and driver of the car, 23-year-old Gavin Thompson, is in police custody this morning. The Nebraska State Patrol says Thompson led troopers on a high-speed chase and then crashed into a creek. Investigators believe the woman died before that crash. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office is assisting in the investigation.
The Adams County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of a 5-week-old baby found unresponsive at a home on July 5th. The infant was taken to UW Children's Hospital in Madison, where the baby passed away on July 9th, prompting a formal investigation. No further details have been released at this time, and this investigation is ongoing.
Overnight in the Middle East, in Iraq, a fire at a brand new mall has killed 60 people. Over a dozen people are unidentified, and the fire remains under investigation. Meanwhile, at the Syrian-Israeli border, a convoy of Israeli military vehicles seen crossing into Syria. It comes after Israel launched powerful airstrikes on Damascus just the day before.
In other national news, the man suspected of killing an American Idol executive and her husband is set to appear in court. This morning, we have new video showing officers arresting the suspect at his home. Police are investigating the connection between 22-year-old Raymond Bodarian, who lived near the scene, and the victims. Authorities say it appears to be a random attack. The couple was found dead during a welfare check on Monday. Surveillance video from the week before showed someone entering through an unlocked door. You can receive breaking news push alerts as soon as they happen right on your phone with the Channel 3000 News app. It's free to download. Just search Channel 3000 in your phone's app store.
6:35 starting today, the Dane County Fair begins at the Alliant Energy Center. Gates open in just a couple of hours at 8 a.m. and it's Hometown Hero Day. That means military and first responders get in for free. Admission is $15 for those 12 years and older, $10 for those 6 through 11, and for kiddos 5 and under, admission is free. The carnival will open today at 1 o'clock and at noon Friday through Sunday.
At the La Crosse County Fairgrounds, not everyone was so thrilled about opening day.
Oh, yeah?
But that's because a cow broke loose, making a run through neighborhoods and backyards, causing chaos. At one point, the cow even charged at people, but luckily no one was hurt, including the cow. Eventually, someone lassoed the cow and safely returned it to the farm.
Making a run for it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there were a lot of people around there, I'm sure, who were, ready for something like that. When you need somebody with a lasso to wrangle in a cow, the state fair, county fair is not a bad place for that to happen.
So.
You guys seen Twisters?
I have not seen that yet.
No? The part where the cow swirls around the water spout, I think it was. You guys gotta watch that.
Yes, I know you've given some reviews about it.
Yeah, my favorite movie for sure. So watch that if you haven't already. We did have some severe weather yesterday. We'll recap that coming up a little bit later in Maine weather. But Monroe, Mineral Point, Platteville, down to 7 miles. That's one of the bigger stories this morning. We are waking up to some lighter patchy fog. We're up to full visibility right now in Madison at 10 miles. But that strong cold front that did spark several tornado warnings across southern Wisconsin yesterday, really dropping our temperatures this morning. 59 in Madison, 56 in the Dells, 57 in Camp Douglas. Platteville is still in the 60s. A couple areas, mainly south and also east of Madison, are also waking up to the 60s still. That's not going to set the tone for the day, though. We're only going to rise about another 10 to 15 degrees to about 70. Most of us should get into the lower 70s later today, but we'll talk about how cool it's going to get tonight. And again, recap that severe weather yesterday.
Also ahead, if you're struggling to keep up with soaring grocery bills and rising rents, I'm introducing a resource to help ease the burden. That's next in today's Consumer Report.
And we're making some new friends here in the 608 this morning. I'm Josh Ryder live at the Greene County Fair with some of the fair fun coming up next.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We're back at 6:41 here on your Thursday. You know, with rising rent, tariffs, all creating inconsistent food prices, affording groceries now could be a real struggle.
Our consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn introduces a resource for Dane County residents to lighten the burden. Michelle Renee, good morning.
Chris, Kyrian, good morning. If affording groceries is difficult for you or someone you know, the Badger Prairie Needs Network, or BPNN, is here to help. Located in Verona, BPNN Food Pantry serves up to 700 Dane County households weekly, aiming to fight poverty and end hunger. Now, the pantry provides fresh produce, dairy, meat, and shelf-stable items to families. Unlike other food pantries, BPNN offers a culturally familiar food program. The director of the food pantry, Tracy Burton, says through this program, they're able to provide food that helps people connect to their cultural heritage.
And what we found is if we don't provide the right ingredients for people to cook the way that they want to cook and to cook the meals that they want to eat and that their family will eat, what they tend to do is to move towards the high salt, high fat, high sugar foods.
You can find produce like tomatillos or 3 different kinds of corn flour. The pantry also operates a unique kitchen-to-table program using meals from local employers like Costco or Hy-Vee.
And through that, we take food that would normally go into the landfill and repackage it into family-sized portions that we call grab and go. So you can just throw them in the microwave. Some of them are salads that are ready to eat, and that makes for a quick, nutritious meal for our families.
The pantry is open to anyone who can provide proof of Dane County residency and identification for each household member. That could be a driver's license, passport, or letter from school. The pantry operates 5 days a week with varying hours. Those are on your screen now if you want to take a picture. They are open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Now, donations can be made online at bpnn.org, and Burton says over 70% of families utilizing the pantry are working families. She emphasizes regardless of your job status or the number of people in your family, this is a resource for anyone in need. Money saved on groceries can make a big difference when it comes to pinching pennies to make a bill on time.
All right, Michelle Renee Quinn, thanks for letting us know about this resource. I know people are always looking for ways to help out their community where they can, and there are lots of opportunities to do so. All right, thank you so much.
Well, let's check in now with meteorologist Savannah Burrito, who's here now with your first warn weather. Giving us a look at that radar from yesterday.
Yeah, this is a radar loop from the last 18 hours. Everything's quiet now, but that was a different story as we headed into the noon hour. We had a lot of cells that were rotating, numerous supercells. We had a lot of viewers send in pictures and multiple videos too, so thank you to everyone who did send those in. This is really helpful in telling the story on what's happening outside. Some people don't heed warnings when we just show radar, but when we start to show the actual video of the tornadoes that touched down across southern Wisconsin, they're more likely to seek shelter. This was by Scott Campbell. Thank you for sending that in. We had 5 tornado reports yesterday. 1 in Juneau, 1 in Dane County, 1 in Iowa County, and then 2 in Dodge County. What is a hook echo? We used that term a lot yesterday, and we talk about this on TV. Meteorologists use the word hook echo. It's a tornado signature. We use radar reflectivity patterns to kind of signify where the tornado could be. It's a supercell, which is a rotating thunderstorm. You can get a mesocyclone, which is a rotating updraft, and they're usually in the right rear part of the storm where that tornado signature is. This is all the heavy rain. We had a lot of storms that did develop a little hook yesterday, and the tornado would be right there. That's that kind of dot in the rearmost part of the storm. That's the tornado signature that we look for. That is key to using radar and determining where that tornado is. We zoom in on radar and then show neighborhoods and streets. We track down to street level where that is. The cold front that did spark a lot of severe weather really dropping our temperatures this morning. We're down to 59 in Madison, 56 in the Dells, 55 in Watoma. Still got a lot of 60s out there, though. That's south of Madison. The cold front pushed through a little bit later in those areas, so not as cool across those communities. Also, good note, because that cold front, we are waking up to much lower and comfortable dew points. Those finally did come below the 60-degree mark. That'll stick around all day today, so concerts on the square that got moved to later this evening will be comfortable, but temperatures are really going to fall tonight, and the dew dew points that are lower right now, not going to last that long. Those are going to return above the 70-degree mark with your next storm chance in by Saturday. We'll have a little bit of lighter smoke out there that'll be present. Probably going to want to grab a jacket if you are heading out this evening to concerts on the square, anything that you do have to go out or have planned later. And temperatures are going to fall all the way to 54 tonight. We're back up close to the 80-degree mark tomorrow. We've got the upper 70s, lower 80s through the weekend and into early next week. Next storm chances on Saturday. It doesn't look like we're going to see anything severe. The Storm Prediction Center does have that marginal lower risk across northern Illinois, so to our south.
All right.
Didn't think I was going to need that light jacket, but afraid I
tomorrow morning, I think you might.
Yeah, afraid I might need that.
Yeah, I'll bring a sweatshirt into work tomorrow for sure.
You called it false fall earlier?
Yeah, false fall, you know.
Bring it
It'll
on.
feel September-like.
I don't know.
I don't want to hear it.
I know. It's only one day.
I mean, yeah, let's just not. Let us hold on to summer the rest of the time that we can.
You know me, I
July.
like the changes. I like the changes.
Let's just hold on to this one.
Thanks, Savannah. And kudos to you and the entire First Warn Weather
Thank
team
you.
for just a bang-up job yesterday. Alex and Blaze yesterday, their live coverage
great
while the
coverage.
storms are active. Just top-notch, certified most accurate for a reason. So kudos to you and the team. We're looking for some Plan Your Day videos. Record a video, send us a picture. Savannah will give you a customized forecast, and then make sure you watch to make sure you make it on the air.
Now to the 608, the Greene County Fair is underway with a whole weekend of fun for the family ahead.
Josh Breiter is live in Monroe this morning, hanging out with the animals. What do you got there, Josh?
Hey, good morning to you guys. Day 2 here at the Greene County Fair. I promised you we were going to see some farm animals, so we're hanging out with the goats and sheep this half hour. Leslie Bruger is joining us from the fair. Leslie, good morning to you.
Yes, hello. Welcome to our 172nd Greene County Fair.
172 years.
Yes.
Wow, that's incredible. So where are we standing right now?
We are standing in our goat and our sheep barn. So our goat numbers have grown so much that we extended onto a tent. Last year, the tent was out there. This year, it's over here. So we have goats over here and sheep behind us.
Wow.
Yep.
So farm animals, obviously a big deal here in Greene County.
Yes. We have our livestock, our dairy, our beef, swine, goats, sheep. Even our fur and feather animals, our chickens, turkeys, ducks, and rabbits, they're all growing. All of our numbers are growing here.
A little bit of everything. Some have been judged. Some will be shown over the next few days, too.
Yep. Today is Thursday, so today is the junior show dairy, and then junior show poultry and rabbit this afternoon.
Awesome. So in addition to farm animals, what else do you guys have here at the Greene County Fair?
We were just at the exhibition hall earlier this morning, so that was our Legos, our shooting sports, our plants, all those different things. We have the carnival, the midway out there. We also have all of our vendors. This year for vendors, we have loaded baked potatoes, we have blooming onions, we have the famous cheese curds, pork sandwiches. Just come out and try everything. There's so many different varieties. Support our local vendors that are here.
So there are some easy ways for folks to support too, especially during the lunch hour. You have a little special going on.
Yes, we do. So yesterday, today, and on Friday, we have a special where you can come into any of the gates from 11:30 until 1. You pay the $10 admission. You have an hour and a half to roam the fairgrounds. You can go see exhibits, or you can go to the vendors and purchase food. As long as you go back out that gate with that ticket and hand that ticket back in, you get your admission price, your admission money back. If you stay after the 1 o'clock hour, you're charged the admission price.
That's a good deal. I mean, you guys are obviously just steps from downtown Monroe, so a lot of folks love to come and support you for lunch.
Yes, it's great. They come out and support the local vendors, the Kiwanis, the Optimists, the Ag Chest, the other vendors that are here. So it's great. They come and sneak a peek at the animals. So it's just great that they come and support the fair and the youth to keep this fairgrounds going.
And that's really what it's all about, is giving back to the Greene County area, and the fair does that in so many different ways.
Yep, we do. So we support our youth. We give them a fairgrounds. We have a number of shows out here throughout the summer that we do not charge the youth groups for, the Ag Chest, like that when they host their dairy days. So we're just supporting the youth and working hand in hand to enhance the fairgrounds and keep it going and alive.
Awesome. Well, Greene County Fair runs through Sunday, so you can get your tickets right at the gate.
Yep, you just go to the gate and you can pay by cash or card and get in.
All right, Leslie, thanks so much for having us out this morning. We appreciate it. And if you'd like to learn more about the Greene County Fair, we have everything you need to know up on channel3000.com. You guys, I was trying to think of a good pun for you this morning, but they're all bad.
I knew it was coming.
You called it.
I knew it.
nailed it, Kyrie.
I knew it. It was coming.
Gosh.
Gotta love it.
Always good for
He's really
fun.
connecting with nature out there.
I try.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you when you get back here to the studio. Appreciate it. All right. Hey, Josh is always looking for some inspiration to share in the 608. Got a good idea for him? Reach out and let him know about it.
Well, coming up in the morning sprint, how your heart health in childhood plays a role in your disease risk later in life.
If you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. The sprint is next. 6:54, time for the morning sprint.
This morning, communities are working to pick up the pieces after tornadoes swept through parts of the state. That's as the National Weather Service is set to survey the impact. The National Weather Service is confirming 5 tornadoes have touched down in Wisconsin, 2 in Dodge County and the communities of Fox Lake and Houstonford, 1 in Lemon Weir in Juneau County, 1 in Sauk City, and another in Dodgeville.
Authorities in Lincoln, Nebraska are working to identify a body found in the back seat of a car that belongs to a missing Dodgeville woman. An endangered missing person alert was issued for 67-year-old Dorinda Segbrecht Monday, and her car was spotted in Nebraska days later. The suspect and the driver of the car is in custody. Law enforcement says the body hasn't been identified yet, but they say it does match Segbrecht's description.
Your heart health during childhood could lower your risk for many diseases later in life. A study by the American Heart Association found having good heart health from birth up to adolescence lowers risk of cancer, dementia, diabetes, and lung, liver, and kidney disease. Parents can protect their child's heart health by prioritizing healthy diets, physical activity, and good sleep.
New overnight, the Senate passing a bill to cut billions in foreign aid and public broadcasting. The bill now moves to the House, where lawmakers have a deadline of tomorrow to pass it. The cuts target about $8 billion in foreign aid to programs through USAID. The package also slashes roughly $1 billion from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting that funds NPR, PBS, and others.
Well, that strong cold front that did allow for numerous tornado warnings to be reported, 5 confirmed tornadoes by the National Weather Service yesterday afternoon. That is dropping our temperature high for the day down to 72, a cooler day, and especially tonight.
All right, Savannah, thank you.
Our next newscast is at noon. We're always streaming on Channel 3000+.